Your boy Viper here with Team Wicked. I'm here, my boy Camren here. You know, the whole pandemic thing going on, we haven't been able to do any profiles. So we're just gonna get some profiles back on a channel for you guys so you guys can watch and get some content. So tell us what profile you're gonna do today.
So I've been back and forth at locals between Pure Meknight and Eldlich Zoo. I played the Pure Meknight deck for 2 locals and one with that. Took a break and then I played this and then won 2 locals with this too. The deck is actually pretty decent. Like, it's got a whole bunch of 1-card engines. So
which one do you think is better in your opinion since you played?
Probably the Meknights.
Just because they're much stronger.
Yeah, they're a little bit stronger. Plus putting up bodies, like the Meknights really don't lose to like hand traps. I play decks that really don't like this deck, like hardly loses the hand traps. Because there's like very minimal things you can hash. And like this deck plays on your opponent's turn, so it doesn't lose to Baylor. I can stop at 4 summons, so you don't lose to Nib. I hardly link summon, so it doesn't lose to Phantasma either. So yeah. But alright, so we got 3 Lord, of course. And then for the Zoo part, you only play 5 Zoo cards. So you play 1 Rat, 1 Thorough, 1 Ram, and 2 Whiptail. So
the OTs?
Yeah. So the cool thing with this is now that since you're playing the Eldlich version, if you open up Cursed or Tinky, you don't have to open up Rat to do combo. So like you can go Trident and pop your own card, and then like you can go like Shaka 9 and bring back the Trident Tiger Mortar, equip, and then Hammer Kong, so you still have the full combo or whatever. Or you can do it vice versa. So yeah, I really like these. I don't think you need more than this.
I think the Zoo engine is like really cool. Like
even they're 1-card starters, so yeah. I mean, I like play through cards with the Eldlich part, and then I try and finish with the Zoo cards. So yeah.
And it's so good because like even if you don't open up any Zoo cards, you still have a whole other mechanic. It's like playing 2 decks in one.
And then you play Souls. So you play Souls for the same reason you would play Souls in all the other Eldlich decks. You can send the traps, they're free. You can send Curse, they're free. You can send Tinky.
So you really just don't lose anything.
Yep. And then instead of playing whatchamacallit, Palladium, you play this one.
Okay.
Because this one can at least discard the other cards. And the Invoke part, Palladium's a little bit better because it's a light. But 9 times out of 10, if you play Souls, you're gonna play this one. And then for hand traps, because you have to play hand traps.
My gosh.
I'm playing 2 Ogre, 2 Veiler, 2 Ash, 2 Phantasme. And then I'm also playing 2 Imperm. So the reason I'm maxing out on 3 of each is because I wanted a little bit more diversity. Like any 2 of these can pretty much break a board. Like even if you open up like Phantasme Ogre, a lot of times boards are gonna end on like Herald Savage. And this breaks the Herald by itself, and then the Ogre can break the Savage. Nib is a card I was playing too, but I just didn't feel like giving up my board.
Yeah.
Trident plus Ogre is actually pretty good as well. Or even like Ogre plus like a pop with Conquistador is really good as well.
Just some getting cards off the board.
Yeah, the only card I would probably recommend like putting the 3 would maybe be Veiler, only because it isn't a once per turn out of all these.
And the card's stones.
Yeah, and I'm also playing Avarice, so it fuels Avarice. So I might bump Veiler to 3, but at the time,
so you always like put in like hand traps back into like.
Yeah, and then like my side deck, I'm also siding the Nibs and the Crows when like these aren't that good.
So you're just playing like interruption dot deck.
Yeah, I'm not putting up negates, so.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna interrupt you.
I'm just playing interruptions, yeah.
And just slowly grind it out.
And then you're playing 3 Curse.
Pay 8 Scout.
If you can do like this and a Zoo Monster, you can end on like Trident Conquistador and whatchamacallit, Big Dumbass Lord, which I thought was pretty cool. And then
Goldie Boots.
I only play 1 Black Awakening. Sometimes I want to cut this card, but I mean it comes up, so. And then you play 3 Tinky and 1 Barrage for your Zoo cards.
Check it out.
And
I know
then
that's the misprint one or something. Right?
yeah, that's the cool one.
And he draws it every time just because it's misprint.
That's the cool one. And I play the 1 average. This card's actually almost live every time you draw it. Might bump it to 2, but at the time being 1 is just 1 is fine. Like if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you just hide it out. Whatever. And then for my traps, you play, of course, the 3 Scarlet, 3 Conquistador. I'm only playing 2 Arcado. Because I am playing another trap you'll see in a minute.
What out of these 3 traps do you think is the actual problem?
It's Scarlet. If not these, it's Scarlet.
But just because it can search, so it's basically like 6 copies.
Yeah. And then 2 Imperm. And then for going first, I was playing Strike. Because a lot of decks aren't playing around Strike. And like, if you can hit, like if they use 2 resources and then they commit to another monster, you strike it.
It's like, cause like they're playing against the negates that they see on the board. They're not expecting a whole strike to like.
But if I'm going second, I just side the strikes out. Like these are easy side outs.
Yeah. That was the main deck. How many cards in the main?
I think 41.
Okay.
They're not that bad.
Yeah.
And then for the extra, 1 Pallades, and then your rank 10 package.
Boost off.
And then Mega Clops.
That card is annoying.
Anima.
How many times do your opponent picks up this card right here and just like reads it like 17 times?
If you make this as Emancipator, they don't have an out to this card. You just kind of
just because it's so light.
Yeah, when I was playing Zach, he was playing Dinos.
Yeah.
Because he did not have the Kaiju, he could not out this card.
Yeah.
And I made it, and he was like, "Nope."
If we don't have it, there's no outing that card.
Yeah. So it's strong. Like if you make it late game, you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win that game.
Yeah.
Or even mid game, and then I play IP and Unicorn, and then my favorite card out the whole deck, extra deck, BLS. So 9 times out of 10, when you start your turn, like after you've broken the board, you'll have a trap and a lord out.
Yeah.
So you can just summon another monster and make this.
And just go
Or
crazy.
you can just like shock a 9, bring something back, and then lord, and then make this.
Okay.
It's really strong. And then for the Zoo Engine, I just play 1 Hammer Kong, 1 Borbo, 2 Tiger, 2 Shock, 1 Dryden.
Old school stuff.
Yep. And then for my side deck, that's actually been working pretty well. 2 Gamma Seal,
This man loves his kaijus.
1 Prangotops.
The God card.
Yeah. So when Ogre and Baylor are getting it done,
not infected.
just side these in,
side
yeah. 2 Lightning
either
Storm.
or.
A lot of times, a lot of decks expect me to go first, game 2.
Yeah.
If I lose, and I just make them go first.
So you just have to
But
judge
if they
it.
if I win and if I go first, I'm signing these in. Yeah. And then anti spell.
The unexpected protection with judgment.
And then evenly.
Only 2
So
evenly.
if you notice in a lot of my deck profiles, I only play a lot of 2-ofs.
Yeah.
I think the reason like a lot of people brick or lose, in my opinion,
It's drawing the
is
third.
because they draw the second card. But I
Yeah.
believe like after you resolve the first evenly, you don't need the second or third one.
It's very rare that you need the second. It's
It's
like
the same with nib.
and
after you nib them the first time,
I guess you're never gonna.
you might need the
resolve.
second, but you don't need it.
The
after
third one's
that.
like very rare.
Same with Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, so
Definitely
that's why
makes
I
sense.
always like if you ever when y'all go back and look at my deck profiles, a lot of my cards I just play 2-ofs. I don't even.
And then like playing 2 of like opens up more space for you to play other blowout cards in the side deck.
Yep.
Makes sense.
But ever since the pandemic started, I've been working. Been dueling. I got a kid on the way now.
Got a baby Cam.
Yeah. Still doing good. Local's pretty cool. I just want everybody to be safe. That's all.
All right, man.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Team Wicked out with Cameron's Eldlich Zoo deck profile.